Hi guys, it's Martin here, and once again I've been lucky enough to be joined by David Paulden. How are you today, David?
Yeah, very well, Martin. Thank you for having us on again.
Well, we got, as you know, a very good subject close to our hearts to talk about today, and that is the demise of the Labour Party. And we're going to try and keep it with under 10 minutes this video because I mean we could be here all day, but as you know they've had a disastrous decade really, lost four elections I believe. So we're going to just have a quick chat on what particularly went wrong. Now, I guess the first thing we need to highlight is where the buck stops, really, is the Labour leader, Jeremy Corbyn. Do you think he had a big bearing on this, David?
Oh, of course he might, didn't he? No, there's the old Russian saying goes, the fish rots from the head. And Jeremy Corbyn being an anti-Semite that he is,
Oh,
and
yeah.
a Marxist. We've seen what communism, Marxist ideas have done across the globe. Do you know what I mean? In slave nations and millions.
Venezuela, more recently.
Yeah, and they also praised Venezuela and said how wonderful Venezuela was doing. And look at it now, people are there starving to death.
Yeah. Eating out the
Starving.
trash cans.
Their money ain't worth a penny, right? It's worth craft paper value.
Mm,
And
exactly.
it's Labour for praising them.
Exactly. And I mean, we know Jeremy likes to heap praise on people, don't we? In his early, back in the 1980s when the IRA were bombing children, he was rubbing shoulders with some of the IRA members. And of course, more recently, we've seen him rubbing shoulders with the likes of Hezbollah and Hamas and calling them his friends. But then it doesn't stop there, though, because then you think about the anti-Semitism that has been oozing out of the Labour Party, and he has failed to control it. I mean, well, David, do you think he could have done more about this?
Well, of course he done. He could have done, but again, he's in denial. They're all in denial. Diane Abbott thinks denial's a river in Egypt. Jeremy Corbyn finished up and his Telegraph interview. I don't know if you saw that Telegraph interview. Where he's talking
No.
about losing the election, and he was going through his manifesto and saying what a wonderful manifesto it was, and all the ideas were fantastic and great. And no other Labour leader had received so much praise as he did. So, in
No.
other words, Labour. There's nothing wrong with Labour. They're perfect. It's you, the voter. You were
Mm.
too to vote for Labour.
Exactly, you should have voted for him. But we can see how he's once again trying to manipulate the young by offering free broadband and 4-day working weeks in this utopia. But do you think he's been very sinister again on who he's targeting?
Well, of course, the young are the fall for it, aren't they, Mike? They're
Mm,
young. They haven't got a clue about life, is it? Until once you leave home and stuff, and you live a real life, you can understand what life's all about. Um, we know he no longer represents the working class. We'll say Labour no longer
mm,
represent the working class of this country. We saw that with the fall of the Red Wall in the north,
mm,
that to the Conservatives. And that's a big deal, Martin. That's a big deal. There's
mm.
people that would never ever vote for the Conservatives.
No.
There's something seriously wrong.
Well, exactly. There was one place, I think, Blythe Valley. It's been red since 1935, and it switched to blue. But I mean, let's face it. How could you possibly put your vote with someone who you trusted to deliver the result of the Brexit referendum as well, and they stab so many people in the back like they don't care because to Labour nobody outside the M25 cares, and that's something they really need to think about. And it's terrible to see like the main opposition in such tatters in a way because you need a strong opposition to have a strong government, and
Yeah.
they'll allow the Tories now to get away with far too much. But do you think there's anything Labour can do now to turn this around?
Not unless they're going to not unless they're going to strip their entire shadow cabinet and remove the likes of David Lammy, who's an out-and-out racist,
Mm,
constantly tweeting about white people. Refuse to put it in reverse, every way around. It'd be a never-ending story on the news. You've
mm,
got another MP who liked and retweeted a tweet that said the rape victims of the Rochdale grooming gangs should shut their mouths for the good of diversity.
Disgusting.
You've got Diane Abbott who said that white people love to play divide and rule. We shouldn't play that game. You've got Sadiq Khan, the mayor of London, who's absolutely destroyed London. Who said there was too many white people in London Underground. You know, we've seen so many racist attacks towards native Brits. It's unreal. They no longer represent the working class of Britain. They're a far left extremist party, and the best thing they can do is fold. They should fold the party. To be another. I hear Nigel Farage is now moving the Brexit Party to a new party called the Reform Party.
Fantastic.
Hopefully that will take off and take the place of traditional Labour voters.
Fantastic. If that happens, that'd be fantastic. But, you know, Labour were built on these core values that they completely turn their backs on. You know, they can't just expect us to get in through just having the badge. It's got to be more to it than that. But, I mean, we mentioned David Lammy earlier, actually. He is one of the ones in contendership for the leadership. And we've also got Emily Thornberry, who attacked white van drivers, and Jess Phillips as well, who's caught a controversy. I mean, these sort of people, I can't see as leaders, and I cannot see for the life of me how they could breathe life back into that dead party. Do you think maybe now is the time to possibly fold and think about starting something new?
No, I wish them all the best, and I really hope that they continue to embarrass themselves. And really enjoying watching the Labour Party destroy itself with all their in-house fighting with the likes of Owen Jones, whinging and then other communists, whatever, inside the party, all blaming each other for the demise of Labour. I think it's absolutely fantastic, and I wanted to continue watching it. So I was really hoping that Diane Abbott would stand for leadership, and I was going to join the Labour Party.
Oh, that would be comedy gold. It would be absolutely fantastic. I mean, I saw her at Question Time, actually, taking over Prime Minister's questions a few weeks ago, and she didn't fail to deliver hilarity once again. But no, so I think we can rest assured now that Labour's going to be out in the wilderness, the political wilderness, for a very, very long time to come, and they deserve it. After all the way they've spoken about decent people, throwing terms of racist to anyone who disagrees with them, when it's just transpired that they are second only to the BNP and being investigated by the Equalities Watchdog. So the hypocrisy, the champagne socialist, is absolutely oozing. But no, I just want to thank you very much once again, David, for joining me. And hopefully we'll have another chat soon.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Thanks for having us on, Ryan.
Take care.
You get me.